Hey guys, and don't mind me. I'm just enjoying that avenue because I'm set on it. Because I learned $20, it's like nothing. So, nothing's holding me back. Let's look at the news. Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack. Oh wow, I love expansion. Hear that, government? And I'm feeling lucky, so I'm gonna buy it no matter the cost. I should really stop splurging my money on worthless garbage. So, welcome back to Not My House Avenue, except I got to live in this little thing in front of Not My House Avenue. It stinks in here though. But there isn't much of a change from how Not My House Avenue is outside. So I'm not missing much. Yeah, this place really does seem kinda like what we're talking about today. Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack. Imagine you're Nintendo, and you say you want to make an overpriced new membership plan to an already mediocre service. So boys, I've had a decision. I decided we can make a subscription to lock Banjo behind a $50 paywall. Oh yeah! And you know what's better? An $80 paywall for the family plan. Oh yeah! Ooh, we're in favor of corporate greed. Innovation in the form of overexpensive. Woo! Let's take somebody's house. So, people thought what we had from Nintendo Switch Online wasn't enough. What a surprise, another news graphics screen. So that's why in the September 23rd Nintendo Direct, they revealed Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack. This is a great announcement. Why would you say that? We're at the bad part yet, calm down. Oh, okay. It was revealed that we were getting N64 and surprisingly Genesis games as part of the subscription service, which is super cool, especially because N64 is here after wanting it for so long. And Genesis is cool, even though you can already play it on Switch, so it is a nice option, just unnecessary. News came out gradually, nothing too major, until the Animal Crossing Direct. This Direct showed the new update for Animal Crossing. A little surprise, something called, let me see, Happy Home Paradise? You know, a sequel to Happy Home Designer on 3DS. Wait, what? And it's being included as a perk in the expansion pack. Wait, what? And the price is revealed to be $50 a year. Wait, what? And $80 for the family plan. Why? $50 a year. It's already overpriced, especially since you can nab Genesis for the Ultimate Genesis Collection, which is a one-time purchase. Or you get into emulation or get a Wii U for N64. I feel Happy Home Paradise inflated the price mostly because of its base price already being $25. So if you take that $5 into addition and then you add $25, you see where the price probably came from. I mean, that was just my guess, but there also was speculation that Sega wouldn't do it unless they were paid a good amount, which could be a factor, but I think the Happy Home Paradise thing is a more good option in my opinion. If that's the case, just don't include it all and make this expansion pack like 35 at most. But no. Nintendo hates us. And we also hate Nintendo. Look at this, okay. But, well, don't worry, there is a function that turns back on, and look at that. We did good. Nintendo isn't gonna listen to us. $50 for a couple consoles and some DLC you can buy separately. Why would anybody buy this? And after all this, why would I? I did. I love capitalism. Okay, so for starters, let's look at what the virtual consoles offer, I guess that's what I'll call them. Okay, apparently I'm never allowed to use that term again unless they reference the Wii history, so... Well, I guess let's see what Nintendo offers with this exclusive content. Okay, they said that's better. So Nintendo 64's launch lineup is this. Come on, you couldn't fit this into one image, and to prove that you can, I took a screenshot. Dr. Martin kinda looks a bit wonky, but you still can. Yeah, right now this looks worthless. I'm not saying this because I'm homeless right now. I'm saying it because you get these 9 games elsewhere without paying a crisp $50 a year. I will get to the updates later, but this is abysmal. Like, sure, we have some phenomenal titles like this indie game, I don't know if you've heard it, Super Mario 64. God dang, this is amazing. Oh my god, what? And also genre finding adventure game, that's kind of not a big deal. Kind of just the best game of all time in many people's opinions. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Holy crap, what world has a holy grail of games like this? Oh my... And maybe not as big, but one of the biggest kart racing games that hasn't been contested any sort of way then or now, which is one of the best entries in the series. Mario Kart 64, what world am I living in? I really don't get what we're all living in. How many games do we have? What? And Star Fox 64, the peak of the Star Fox franchise, whatever, not a big deal. And the most underrated game of all time besides Bully, Sin, and Punishment. By the way, please play that game or I'll come to your house and forcefully give you a copy of it. And Mario Tennis.
This one is actually just okay. And some other ones like Yoshi's Story, Winback, and Dr. Mario 64, which is solid enough games to be on here.
Okay, then what other games are on here? I forget that I told you that that's all. You have some sort of short-term memory loss.
Yeah, we will get some more coming up, like Banjo-Kazooie, one of the best titles from Rare's heyday. Paper Mario recently came, which is one of the best RPGs ever. It does have some weird issues, like halfway through the game it just sort of deletes your save file sometimes if it crashes, which is really weird. Why is that a thing? F-Zero X, a sequel to the mostly tech test first game, to bring it over to 3D and turn it into a game that is a fast-paced juggernaut of a racing game, which runs at like 60 FPS on the N64. The N64, Mario Golf 64, probably the better sports game of the two on the N64 in my opinion, because golf in this case is just more interesting and fun, and there is more. And yes, we are getting solid titles, and we currently have solid titles. It's just not enough to justify splurging $50 on this.
Sega!
So, let's look at Sega. Now, Genesis has a pretty diverse line. We have stuff like Sonic 2, one of the best games in the series, Castlevania Bloodlines, a top-tier Castlevania. Echo the Dolphin, a pretty underrated one to be honest. Streets of Rage 2, a superb fighting game. Contra Hard Corps, which is a pretty good 2D shooter. And even a bit more recently with Altered Beast, Toe Jam and Earl, Thunder Force 2, Sword of the Vermilion, and Dynamite Headdy. I gotta be honest, this is pretty good. Until you consider that most of these games are in the Ultimate Genesis Collection, which is a one-time purchase, compared to the NSO Expansion Pack, which is $50, and this is like $30.
Nope.
Hey, at least since they added the 5 more recently, this may mean that they'll add more value over time, but I don't know how much to count on that. It also seems weird that they'd add a console which already has enough representation on Switch as it is. I feel like Game Boy would have been a better 2D console to add, but Nintendo just refuses to comply with our needs.
Okay, now what's next?
Animal Crossing Happy on Paradise is a DLC to Animal Crossing New Horizons, which is basically a sequel to Happy on Designer on 3DS. This game was alright, it was mainly designing places in Animal Crossing Town, but it didn't really justify a separate release from New Leaf when it could have been DLC. But what if I told you, this is way better than Happy on Designer and it is DLC?
Is this what character development feels like?
So basically, in this DLC you have this job where you give vacation homes to different villagers in these different islands around the area.
By the way, what is like a group of islands called? I think it's called like an archipelago. No, it doesn't matter. Just a group of islands. Just take it.
There's a lot of variety of the type of islands provided, so you can kind of give the kind of island that relates to the vacation's home theme. And yes, they do request home themes with specific furniture and general style of the home. But you're not limited in how you design their rooms, because you can add more furniture and items and make the room bigger and add another floor. You can add a lot of creativity to the house, because you're not constrained at all. So you can make the room as close to what they want as they can be. And you can also invite a roommate to live with them, so it can hold 2 villagers if you want. At the main island, you can make a facility, which are basically buildings with different themes. There's a school, a restaurant, a cafe, and that's basically distracting the service of it. And again, you can get really creative with them, and this is really one of the best parts of it. This is honestly one of the best DLCs ever, and it almost feels separate from the New Horizons while also feeling that's in the main game. It honestly is incredible, and what Happy on Designer should have been the whole time. It's purchasable separately. Okay, so this means the expansion pack has a limited selection of N64 games, a good selection of Genesis games that is able to be purchased on the system in a cheaper collection, and a stellar Animal Crossing DLC that's purchasable separately, and also is probably the reason why the price is so high.
Nintendo, what's wrong with you? I don't even know why you started charging for a line if you're not even gonna make it good. You don't even have a proper party system, which is what Xbox and PlayStation has. And the only response to this is a stupid app. And plus, their core line is much better than yours. And yeah, you have finite truth, but it's not enough. If you're more focusing on that more than the actual online, it's sort of disappointing. Because it's Nintendo Switch Online, not extras. And even if you're relying on these extra consoles and stuff, you're not actually adding the full library from these consoles. Like, is there even a reason to buy? You know what time it is? I feel a song out of spite coming on.
Is there even a reason to buy Nintendo Switch Online? Is there even a reason to buy Nintendo Switch Online? Is there even a reason to buy? Is there even a reason to buy Nintendo Switch Online? What do you get with Nintendo Switch Online? Get the bar online. Is this a crapness or mine? Theirs. No voice chat at parties. Download an app for voice chat, then maybe you wanted that. But don't go away yet, cause we got SNES and NES. Some stuff not in there like Earthbound, Mario RPG, Hospital Duck Hunt with Motion Control. Okay, we get it! Wait, is that it? Nope, cause we got this. Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack. For more money than your camo hat. We got N64 games like this, so you can emulate it. Well, we got Genesis, but if you look at this, well, oh, we got Happy Home Paradise, which is good, but there's also awesome raising money for 25. Well, screw you because you got your money. Oh, what about the plan for family? Well, it's 80, so pay us maybe. JK, do it, poor man. Is there even a reason to buy Nintendo Switch Online? Is there even a reason to buy Nintendo Switch Online? Is there even a reason to buy Nintendo Switch Online?